I sat down with Minnehaha County Commissioner Jeff Barth a few days ago to talk about the issues before the County Commission. There is a lot on their plate these days. But one of the things we ended up talking about is the increasing costs of alcohol use and abuse in the county, and how Barth says it is costing everyone who lives here, whether they drink or not.
The crime is a terrible problem for us, and I think one thing that everyone needs to recognize is that whether you've been robbed yourself, you're a victim of crime. You're paying for the prosecution, the incarceration, the defense, the medical costs, all these things of the individuals that have been arrested committing these problems.
Minnehaha County Commissioner Jeff Barth says the county has its financial hands full when it comes to the costs associated with crime. And in our area, a lot of the crime is drug-related, meth and opioids. But Barth says what gets lost in the discussion is the role alcohol is playing as well.
How many times do we have daily inebriates booked into jail? How many times do we have people crash their vehicle under the influence? How many times do we have people, I think alcohol is the original gateway drug.
Barth believes that many take this area's alcohol problem with a wink and a nod approach. And he says that's a problem because what happens as a result leads to more of a drain on county and community resources.
I mean, how many people did a couple of beers before they did meth or before they had unwanted pregnancy? I mean, these things that come out of alcohol are you go to a grocery store and there's 70 different displays of alcohol, and yet it seems like the purveyors of it have little interest in covering the costs that they have.
Commissioner Barth says he would like to see more of a tax on alcoholic products, with that money then set aside for the county's use to deal with its associated criminal costs. Currently, the state of South Dakota does share a portion of the state excise tax on liquor with counties. But while Barth welcomes those dollars and cents, he says in the next breath that it is not nearly enough.
And for Minnehaha County, that's $600,000 a year. But believe me when I say that our costs of alcohol-related issues are in excess of $10 million a year.
In the county?
In the county.
Also on the county's financial to-do list is the construction of an addition for the Minnehaha County Jail.
We hope to have the exact number from our contractors on the 30th of July. We hope to break ground in the first week or two of August.
While the final numbers to build this addition are officially a few days away, I asked Barth to give me his ballpark estimate at how much it will cost.
I would say it's going to be $48 million.
This addition will add 320 beds to the existing Minnehaha County Jail, for a total of 720 beds overall. Barth says when this addition is complete and the new beds are available for use, 1/3 of them will likely be spoken for on opening day.
When we open the new jail with 320 additional beds, there'll be 100 of them occupied day one.
Currently, the Minnehaha County Jail finds itself at full capacity, and while that presents a funding challenge to care and feed for all of those prisoners, it has taken money from the county in another way as well. Back in the day, when way more Minnehaha County jail cells were empty than they were full, the jail could help out other law enforcement agencies who needed a place to hold their prisoners. Well, now the county can't do that, and it's cost them.
We used to get $2 million a year renting out our rooms to the feds and to other counties. We're not getting any of that.
County governments are primarily funded by property tax revenue. They don't get to tap into sales tax revenues like cities do. Barth says that ties their hands somewhat financially. He laments a recent county commission decision to not seek an $8 million opt-out to fund county operations.
So we don't have money, and we choose not to have money.
And Barth says that leaves the county in a precarious position.
I guess we wait for the federal government or some other entity to help.
Minnehaha County Commissioner Jeff Barth spending some time with us tonight. We will wrap things up right after this. Please stay with us. You're watching This Week in Politics on KSFY.